Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning to you from WKYT. We hope you had a wonderful weekend. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks so much for being here with us. It is Monday, August 17th.
And now coming up on 6:30, a man is in jail accused of posing as a wounded Marine. Find out what led up to his arrest ahead.
We're searching through these court documents and digging through court records to learn more about a Lexington man who was accused of grabbing children in a park.
The busy morning commute will serve as the first real test for a revamped portion of Alumni Drive. We'll show you what you can expect coming up.
And some former Kentucky Wildcats suiting up to show off a different kind of dunk.
Checking across the roadways, I'm not really seeing much go on. There's no rain out and about. Temperatures 60s, sitting there in the lower 70s, and we're staying pretty dry until we hit the afternoon. We got a few storms in the forecast. I'll show you where the best chance of that happening is coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, we'll see you then. Let's get to the news.
Yeah, new this morning, a man's in jail accused of grabbing children at a Lexington park.
It happened during an annual event that draws dozens of people from all over the country. And WKYT's Mark Barber is live in downtown Lexington this morning with the details in this crime alert. Mark?
Good morning, Bill. Police say in the unusual case, a man who had been banned from a park showed up at a packed family event and started chasing and grabbing children. Now, investigators tell us that Andre Houston also tried to go into a bathroom with those small kids. According to police, the odd behavior scared several children. Officers say the 35-year-old's actions started raising red flags during the 15th annual East End family reunion. There were dozens of families at the large, child-friendly event in the Charles Young Park yesterday. We wanted to learn more about the man accused in the case, so we started searching through court records this morning. I found Houston has faced dozens of charges in many misdemeanor and felony cases. According to court documents, he has been charged in 10 felony cases since 2006. Court records show those charges range from drug offenses to burglary to assault and even a case involving the kidnapping of an adult. Now, Houston is charged with criminal trespassing, disorderly conduct, and several drug offenses. He will answer to those charges this afternoon when he'll walk up the steps here at the district courthouse and will face a judge for the first time in this latest case. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, Mark, thank you very much. A man accused of posing as a wounded Marine to get a service dog for free is due in court today. Jeffrey Alcorn was arrested at Bluegrass Airport. A veterans organization says Alcorn used fake documents to get a free flight to Georgia, where he picked up a service dog. He was arrested when he and the dog got off the plane in Lexington.
Most of our passengers are pretty easy to vet. We don't require a lot of paperwork because most of these guys you can track just with a simple Google search. It's our desire that they get caught and sort of hung out to dry.
Police have charged Alcorn with 2 counts of theft by deception. Court documents say Alcorn admitted to never serving in the military. A volunteer flew the service dog back to Georgia.
A woman who lived in Kentucky is facing abuse charges after her disabled sister was found locked in a closet. New this morning, 44-year-old Candy Lawson is charged with abuse of a vulnerable adult and embezzlement in Michigan. Police say her sister weighed just 74 pounds.
Severely emaciated, and she had only a 5-gallon bucket to tend to her bathroom needs.
The stench was just unreal walking up the stairs.
Investigators say the abuse likely started while the 2 sisters were living in Kentucky. We're working to learn more about where they lived exactly here in the Commonwealth. Well, a man died on the Cumberland River while investigators say he was trying to help his injured wife. The Pulaski County coroner identifies the victim as 58-year-old David Zuver of Ohio. Investigators say his wife hurt her ankle while trying to tie up their houseboat near the Burnside Marina. While helping her, they say Zuver got caught between the houseboat and the bank.
Now 6:33 here on WKYT this morning. We are tracking a crime alert in eastern Kentucky where foul play is suspected in a deadly house fire. State police say 26-year-old April Dean was trapped inside the home when it caught fire in the Stanfield community of Harlan County. She died at the scene. No arrests have been made at this point.
New this morning, A Madison County man has been indicted on charges of child abuse. According to the Richmond Register, 23-year-old Billy Willis told police he was on heroin when he slapped his 3-year-old son several times. Police think he also abused his 1-year-old son. Both children had several bruises, cuts, and knots on their bodies.
New this morning, a Lexington man is in jail after police say he put others in danger when he shot his gun into the air. Hunter Craig is charged with wanton endangerment. Police say he was spray painting some vulgar words on his ex-girlfriend's driveway. That's when a man came out of the home with a bat, and police say Craig then fired one shot into the air and another into the ground. New this morning, a grand jury has indicted a Madison County man in a stabbing. The Richmond Register reporting that Randy Frost was indicted on an assault charge for the attack that happened back in June at Madison Towers. The victim needed 40 staples to close the wounds. Frost could face up to 20 years in prison. Well, after months of all the work that went on and closures, the Alumni Drive section on the UK campus there between Tates Creek and Nicholasville Road is back open this morning.
Yeah, it's good news for thousands of commuters, but drivers do need to be aware that Alumni Drive looks a lot different
with
this
the roundabouts,
morning.
yeah.
Yes, and Hillary Thornton is there live with his traffic alert. Hillary, what can drivers expect?
Okay, I don't think we have audio from her, so let's take a look. Some video that we shot this morning showing you that. Now we may hear her. Can we have Hillary? Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, guys. We're out here, and you can see this traffic is really picking up out here. This busy morning commute will serve as the first real test for the new revamped Alumni Drive. You can see one of those major changes is the addition of roundabouts. I'll step out of the shot here so you can see as the traffic makes its way through there. There are now 2 roundabouts out here on this portion of Alumni Drive. The goal was to finish the $5 million project before the first home UK football game on September 5th. Crews made sure that happened, reopening the area between Tates Creek Road and Nicholasville Road yesterday after closing it back in May for the construction. Now, there are a few changes drivers will notice and need to be aware of when traveling through here. One, of course, is the addition of those 2 roundabouts, and then another one that we noticed when driving through is the addition of a median and a small change to the location of lanes on the Tates Creek Road end. The University of Kentucky officials say this area is one of the most congested on campus, with around 20,000 vehicles passing through each day. Officials say that these changes will help calm all of that traffic, hopefully reduce the number of crashes through here, and they say it also adds a new space for both pedestrians and cyclists traveling through here. Live in Lexington, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Oh, you see a couple of runners in the background shot.
Right, just to add to it, all of the issues here on a Monday morning. But I guess that's a good place for them to run.
Well, you've got, new trails and things, so more pedestrian friendly, they say.
They could be heading over the Arboretum, right?
Yeah. Oh, a Bowling Green amusement park is dealing with another accident.
Yeah, managers at Beach Bend Park say one of its roller coasters derailed over the weekend. No one was hurt in this particular accident, but that was not the case 3 weeks ago when a ride at the park tipped over. Investigators say a sinkhole caused the swing ride to fall, injuring 8 people at that time. Well, this morning, Papa John's is offering a reward after a classic car was stolen. The Z28 Camaro was stolen during a car show in Detroit. It was a replica of the car that Papa John's founder, John Snatter, sold for $1,600 to start his business. Papa John's is now offering a $16,000 reward for its return.
Well, it is official. Slide the City is not coming to Lexington. The event that brings a giant slip and slide to cities across the country was scheduled to be in the Bluegrass on August 29th. Organizers abruptly canceled the event this past weekend in Louisville because of poor ticket sales. Slide the City said it hopes to try again in Lexington next year. Well, crews have been ordered to stop construction on Lexington's newest high school. The Herald Leader reports that the Fayette County Schools did not have a building permit for the site on Winchester Road when construction began. A spokesperson for the school system said it's the contractor's job to get the necessary permits. All sides are trying to solve the problem quickly. The school scheduled to open in the fall of 2017. And
we'll look into that today because that story, popped up over the weekend. Saturday night, this announcement comes in that the suspension had happened, and so, the offices were closed, but we'll figure that one out.
Yeah,
what
get to
was
the bottom
going on
of
there at the high school. All right, 6:39 is our time.
4 former Kentucky Wildcat basketball players have a new kind of dunk to show off.
They're opening a donut shop next to the University of Kentucky's campus. All-American Jamal Mashburn, one of the franchise co-owners of the Dunkin' Donuts in the Kennedy bookstore. There will be a celebratory coffee toast with ex-Wildcats and business partners Walter McCarty, Tony Delk, and Ron Mercer. That will be today, and the grand opening is at 9 o'clock this morning.
Huh.
Get yourself a donut there.
Interesting.
Get the day going.
Yeah.
All right, good to have you along. We are rolling towards 6:40, 6:39 now on WKYT this morning. Time to check live drive traffic.
Yeah, let's see what is happening this morning. And there at that location, you can see a little bit of video showing the construction project that is complete over there at Nicholasville and Alumni between Tates Creek and Nicholasville. 2 roundabouts, not 1, but 2 that have been added in that area.
Lexington getting used to these roundabouts now, certainly with the one out off Reynolds Road that people have now adjusted to nicely. It took some time. And, you know.
They say that they hope that that will help ease the congestion and traffic flow, make it a little more efficient.
Yeah. I was telling a story about getting stuck in one time, but it was...
Those people look like they're doing okay.
They're doing all right.
They're taking their time. They're going slow.
Yeah. My excuse is when it happened to me, I was in Washington, so it was busier. You know, you just you have to get over to the lane to get out of the roundabout.
You know what? I can see it being a mess over there.
Good.
Yeah, I've been stuck in that traffic.
20 till 7 on WKYT this morning here on your Monday with more news on the way.
An interesting competition at the Illinois State Fair. It's one that you wouldn't want to hear people practicing for, let's just say.
Yeah, we're looking outside, seeing that rain try to slide in here. From the south, we'll be looking at a few thunderstorms in the forecast coming up next.